So plant tissue culture media or medium. Medium is singular and media is a plural. So we shall be discussing what are the components of plant tissue culture medium and also how we can prepare it. This is also a tedious job to prepare the plant tissue culture medium, and we need to understand how to prepare the medium. So in that respect, plant tissue culture media or medium, what are its constituent, preparation and applications? We of course we shall be discussing over the as the course progresses. So we shall be discussing all many things about it. The constituents are, it has a major salts, minor salts. Majors are also called sometime macro element and minors are called micro element, as they do not fall exactly into the definition of macro and micro elements. Therefore, we call them as major and minor salt. Then we have vitamins into the medium and amino acids. Then, as you all know, the plant tissue culture, although these are kept in light, well lit culture racks, these do not carry out photosynthesis due to many limiting factors. So we need to add carbohydrate as energy source, and then some gelling agent to support the growth of plant tissue. Overall, above all this, we add plant growth regulators in order to regulate the growth and morphogenesis of the tissue in culture. So these are the components of plant tissue culture medium. So I was telling you, then we can also divide them as mineral nutrients. Among these, we have a micro nutrient and macronutrients. Organic constituents, carbon source, that's energy source, vitamins, amino acids, plant growth regulators, and others. Natural complexes, many natural complexes were added to the medium during the early stages. These natural complexes include, when the cytokinins were not discovered, plant growth regulators were less understood. At that time, it covered people used to add the mixture or complex mixtures like coconut water, undefined. We don't know, the coconut water from different sources could have different chemical composition. Therefore, the response from the tissue was not replicable, reproducible in the tissue culture. Tissue culture was known for this thing when these complexes were used. The other complexes used were peptone, is a hydrolysate of this meat, or casein hydrolysate. Casein, you know, is a milk protein. It's acid and enzymatic hydrolysate. All these things will get plants the complex mixture of amino acids. Then media also contain physical sport gelling agents, which may include Phytagel. Agar is the major used gelling agent with 90% of applications. In addition to agar, people has been using Phytagel, Gelrite, Clarigel, Glan gum, guar gum, starches, different type of starches. So like that material. In order to convert the media into gel-like sport, semi-solid media we call it as. Then how we prepare this media from all these components. So essential elements include in the medium macronutrient. I told you required content in the plant tissue or the amount in the plant tissue is more than 0.1% per gram or dry weight basis. That is weight by weight, dry weight basis. That means if we have 1 gram dry weight of the tissue, that element should be more than 100 mg in that. We call them as macro element. And when it is less than 0.01%, we call it as micro element. The various macro elements in the plant tissue are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium and magnesium. Whereas various micro elements are ferric, manganese, zinc, copper, boron, iodine, chlorine, molybdenum, etc. And if we count them all together, some are missing here, we count them all together, it comes out to be near about 20 salt. In addition, certain other essential elements are required by some plant. These include sodium, selenium and silicon. This page has been taken or copied from a book. This book pertains, which has more than 1000 pages, pertains to the various media formulation designed and reported for the culture of the plant tissues. But here we have incorporated it because we have a very universal media of plant tissue culture, that in Murashki and Shkug media it is given here, composition. And some other media, this is Hildebrandt media, Murashki and Shkug, Nist and Nist used for anther culture, Schenck and Hildebrandt. So these are the different media. White's media, which was the one of the first media given for the plant tissue culture. So all these media and their composition has been given, and you will appreciate different media contain different salt and different concentrations. This is evident from this paper. Let us say this potassium nitrate, in this it is used 125 mg, whereas MS it is used 1900 mg. Calcium nitrate, in this medium it is used 500 mg, whereas it's not used in MS at all. So like that. In MS we use calcium chloride, which is not used here. We use calcium chloride. So that is how we use media for different different media with different composition. This is the composition of the MS medium. It contained ammonium nitrate, which is a containing both reduced and oxidized form of nitrogen, 1650 mg per liter. Then it contained potassium nitrate 1900 mg per liter. It contained calcium chloride 440 mg per liter, magnesium sulfate 370 mg per liter. One thing I would like to highlight here, you might have seen this calcium chloride with 2 hydration, 2 H2O. So we have to select the appropriate salt while making the medium. If we make the medium using some other hydration of calcium chloride, more hydration or unhydrated, then its actual concentration will change into the medium. Then it has potassium dihydrogen orthophosphate 170 mg. And these all 5 salts has been clubbed into major elements, these 5 salts. And there is a group of 7 minor elements which include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 include manganese sulfate, MnSO4, 1H2O. Just I was telling you about the hydration number. This MnS24, if you look at the literature, in the literature it has been reported that MnSO4 4H2O is used, which is 22.3 gram per liter, mg per liter. But this 4H2O combination is not available in India. India we get only this combination, which is 1H2O. So we converted it into 16.9 mg based on molar concentrations. Then zinc sulfate 7H2O 8.6 mg per liter. Boric acid H3BO3 6.2 mg per liter. Potassium iodide 0.83 mg per liter. Sodium molybdate 0.25 mg. Copper sulfate 5H2O 0.025. Copper cobaltous chloride 6H2O 0.025. Then in the medium we add, earlier people what they used to do, they make a solution of sodium EDTA and ferric EDTA combined solution, and that was done in order to get the chelated ferric, that is ferric EDTA sodium salt. But now this salt is available in the market, so we add to the medium separately 30 mg. We don't add both of these, but in place of both of these we add 30 mg per liter ferric EDTA sodium salt. Then vitamins and organic, that's amino acids and others. Myo-inositol, it's also called meso-inositol, is one and same thing, is added 100 mg per liter. Nicotinic acid, these are 3 vitamin B, nicotinic acid, pyridoxine HCl and thiamine HCl, and this is their concentration, that is nicotinic acid 0.5 mg per liter, pyridoxine HCl is 0.5 mg per liter, and thiamine HCl is 0.1 mg per liter. And then we add glycine, that is 2 mg per liter. In addition to that, sugar is added into the medium, and most commonly used sugar in plant tissue culture is sucrose, what we call it as a table sugar. Is 30 grams per liter, 3% weight by volume. Some people add is 2%, 2.5%, some 3%. And then finally, when we have prepared the medium, the pH of the medium is titrated to 5.8 using either potassium hydroxide or hydrochloric acid. So preparation of the media. So media is prepared by making the stocks. Now I would like to highlight here. Yes, any student, can you tell me that how accurately you can weigh 0.025 mg or even 0.25 mg? Yes? Hello? Hello? Hello students?
We will make stock solution.
स्टॉक सॉल्यूशन बनाओगे, वैसे वे नहीं कर सकते ना. You cannot weigh 0.025 mg. I just tell you that balance is available to weigh that concentration. Okay? But it is difficult to weigh this concentration accurately, this amount accurately. The amount of error will be very large. It may be that instead of weighing 0.02 mg to 5 mg, you are weighing 1 mg or 2 mg. It's 20 times or 30 times, 100% high error. Very large amount of error. So in order to avoid this error, we prepare concentrated stocks of this solution, as one of you has suggested that we will prepare stocks of that. Second advantage of making the stocks is it makes media preparation very fast. You know, this particular if you have to weigh for 1 liter, let's forget about the error. And then also you will require at least 2-3 hours to prepare 1 liter of medium, isn't it? But if you have prepared stock, you can prepare medium in say minutes. You don't require hours to prepare the medium, right? So for speed and accuracy, we make concentrated stocks of these and then use those stocks for making the medium. So preparation of the stock solutions. Medium can be prepared by many different ways, but for economy of time and accuracy, concentrated stock solutions are prepared. These stocks can be of individual. We can make the stock of each of the salt and then pipette out the required volume and make the 1 liter of media. That can be done. Or these can be done by making stocks of consortia or group of salts. So both way we can do that. In our lab at TIFAC core, we are preparing this by both way. PhD scholars are preparing the way I am going to demonstrate you, whereas the commercial propagation group, they are preparing the stocks from the individual material. So you can do it individual stocks. You can do both way. The only difference is if you are going for the individual stocks, then you may have to have at least 17 or 18 bottles. Whereas if you are going it by group of stocks, group of salts, or stock of group of salts, then you can do it in 3 bottles. That's also a bit advantage. Now, if we go by the group, but our scholars also make. So we make the first group by major salts. That 5 salt I just explained you in the previous slide. And we make 10x stock of this solution. What does the 10x mean? 10x mean we make stock which is 10 times concentrated. That means we have to dilute that stock 10 times. Okay. And second, minor salts which are 7 in number, and we make 1000x stock of that. And you will say me how you come to this particular stock concentrations and groupings, one thing is, if we make still higher, we use still higher concentration, then probably sometime the solutions are getting saturated and salts are not going into the solution. Second is, this is a very convenient concentration to work out, to make the calculations. Vitamins and amino acid stock is made 100x, then we add sugar, gelling agent and titrate the pH. Now from these stocks, I was telling you it's very easy. So we have to dilute this stock 10x stock 10 times. Suppose we want to make the media 1 liter. So if we take 100 ml, we dilute it 10 times. That is 1 liter is done. Minor stock 1000x. We have to dilute 1000 times. That means we need to take 1 ml and we can dilute it to 1000 ml. And this is 100x. We can dilute it to 100 times. So we take 10 ml and dilute it to 1 liter. That's how it goes. And we can make the stock. The details of this I will take up with you in the evening when I am discussing the media preparation. Then sugars are added. Generally the sucrose is added 2 to 3 gram per liter, 20 to 30 gram per liter, that is 2 to 3%. And gelling agent, whichever you want to add, agar or gland gum or phytagel or whatsoever it is, we add that. But the gelling agent concentration varies with the type of gelling agent you are using. If you are using agar, the concentration is around 0.7% to 0.8%. Gland gum 0.3%. Phytagel 0.2 to 0.3%. Clarigel 0.4 to 0.5%. So like that, it varies depending upon the gelling agent, so that is to get the gel of a required texture, which can support the growth and which can support the tissue growth or tissue in that. Then after titrating the pH, we add to it plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulator make media specialized for a particular response. So depending upon what we want to do, we add the concentration and type of plant growth regulators. Some media we may need to add only cytokinin. Other media we may need to add cytokinin and auxin both. Some media we may only need to add auxins, and some media we may also require some other type of plant growth regulators, which may include polyamides, abscisic acid, malic hydrazide, CCC, many are there. The other supplements which are sometimes added to the plant tissue culture media include coconut water, peptone, casein hydrolysate, etc., which I have explained to you what these are. Then media preparation, this I will take with you in the evening in detail, but I'm just taking you that 10x stock, this is the actual concentration in the media, and for 1 liter, in 1 liter, and they take this much concentration in 1 liter of the media to make these stocks. And 100 ml of the above stock is added to prepare 1 liter of the media. And 30 mg of ferric EDTA sodium salt. Ferric EDTA sodium salt is added, 30 mg. So that's how you use the major stock. And the minor stock, this is the concentration 1000 times. This is a media concentration 1000 times we add into the medium. And generally this is not prepared in 1 liter. This is concentration for the 1 liter, amount for the 1 liter. We prepare it about 100 ml. And if we need to prepare 100 ml, we need to take 1/10 of the concentration of this, 1/10 of the concentration of this. Okay, then 10th amount, and we add 1 ml of this stock solution to prepare 1 liter of the medium. Then MS, media preparation में vitamins and amino acids. So we add this vitamin, myo-inositol, 100 mg per liter. This is the cost, and this is the stock concentration. We add it into the 1 liter of the media, and this is also made 100 ml. So we add 1/10 of all these. Generally, this is prepared like this, but nowadays students, what they do, they don't add myo-inositol into the stock, they add it separately. That can also be done. So 10 ml of the VUB stock is added to prepare 1 liter of the media. In addition, sucrose and other material are added, and pH is titrated to the required pH with either KOH or HCl. If the pH is lower than the required, we add KOH to it. If it is higher than the required, we add HCl to it. MS media is that perfect indicator in itself. The person who is in experience, just looking at the media, he can tell its pH is okay or not and needs to be titrated. Just to give you some idea, if you have prepared the final media and media is in a clear vessel, flask or something like that, if it is hazy, media is hazy, that means we need to titrate the pH. Because at the required pH, that is 5.5 to 5.8 or 5.9, MS media is crystal clear. Then the gelling agent is finally added to the media. Plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulators are dissolved either in ethyl alcohol or alkaline oblique acidic water or DMSO. So there are 3 types of solvents used for making the solution of plant growth regulator. Either it is ethyl alcohol or alkaline water, acidic water, I mean aqueous, either alkaline or acidic, or DMSO. DMSO is dimethyl sulfoxide. It's a very strong solvent. It can dissolve anything. Most of the plant growth regulator, if they are free acid or free bases, that is benzyl adenine free base, it goes very easily in ethyl alcohol. Indole acetic acid, it goes very easily in alcohol. If it is benzyl adenine, some salt or some salt of indole acetic acid, it doesn't go to alcohol, it goes in water very easily. Water, simple water. But if it is a free base or free acid and you want to dissolve it in water, then you have to add some alkali or acid into it in order to make the salt of that. If it is a free base, you add some acid. That is, if it is BAP, you add some HCl to it, and if it is indole acetic acid, you add some KOH to it, 1 or 2 drop. That will make it soluble in water. That's how you can make the material which is insoluble in aqueous soluble in aqueous. And DMSO, of course, anything will go. If dissolved in aqueous medium, alcohol dissolved, no need of sterilization, is sterilized. You know, alcohol is a very good sterilizing agent. 70% alcohol is the best sterilizing agent. And if it is DMSO, also you don't need to sterilize. But if it is in water, prepared in water, then we need to sterilize it. There are 2 methods of sterilization. Many of these plant growth regulators, they are heat resistant. We can autoclave them or co-autoclave them with the medium. But some of them are heat labile, that is heat sensitive. We need to sterilize them by filter sterilization. Hello students. Hello.
Yes sir.
बेटे आप लोगों ने कभी filter sterilization किया? Have you done the filter sterilization ever?
No sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I will just incorporate one of the practical on filter sterilization also. Maybe in the next practical, some clipping on filter sterilization also. Okay, how it is being done. So filter sterilization, what we do in that case, you know the either syringe or flask filter. These filter are very specific with the particular pore size. We pass the solution through a filter of 0.22 micron. Okay, when something passes through 0.22 micron, it gets sterilized. Only sterilized things come out, or contaminant they are filtered out. Okay, so that is the basic theory of filter sterilization. Generally, the stock solution of plant growth regulator are prepared in millimolar concentration, and mostly it is 1 to 5 millimolar. In our lab, we prepare any stock at a concentration of 2.5 millimolar. And in the medium, the effective concentration of PG are used in micromolar range. That means what we stock we prepare, it is roughly 1000 times concentrate than the millimolar, and micromolar is a scale of 1000. 1 millimolar is equal to 1000 micromolar. Okay, stock solutions of light sensitive. There are certain plant growth regulator which are light sensitive, which include IAA, IBA, ABA. These are prepared in tinted bottle or covered bottle, covered with certain things so that light doesn't pass into the bottle. It's kept in dark. So this is about the plant growth regulators. Then sterilization. Generally, the media is sterilized by autoclaving, except the heat sensitive material. If you are using coconut water, if you are using some other heat sensitive heat vial, we need to filter sterilize those. So we cannot autoclave them. And autoclaving is done as you have done in case of microbiological material. That's 121 degrees Celsius, 15 minutes, and 20 minutes if the volume is 2 liter or more for sterilization. The most common component of plant tissue culture media are relatively stable to heat. They are not destroyed by the heat. Notably, exceptions are reducing sugar, glucose and fructose. They get charred, brown ho jate hain, and they become toxic. We get the acrylamide of these, which is toxic, and antibiotics. They are very sensitive to heat. These antibiotics are filter sterilized. Generally, the glucose and fructose are not added into the media. These are added in the form of sucrose. And sucrose, of course, if we do repeated autoclaving, it gets hydrolyzed into glucose and fructose, and then these are getting charred. And you can see the change in the color of media from normal to the brown color media, reddish brown. And reducing sugar can also interact with certain amino acids. So we have to take care of all that. It's written filter sterilization is done by passing through 0.22 micron to 0.45 micron. Actually, it is only 2 micron filters are preferred for sterilization, and for a cleaning purpose we use 0.45 size micron size pore size filter. Then radioactive sterilization is done by gamma radiation in certain materials. Suppose we want to sterilize the Petri plates, which are made up of this plastic or some other material that cannot be sterilized by heat sterilization, then we can carry out by radioactive sterilization by gamma radiation. Have you seen the Petri plates, disposable Petri plates from the market, packed in polythene wraps?
Yes, sir.
These are sterilized by radioactive sterilization, gamma radiations, mostly pre-sterilized. Okay, so that is the another way of sterilizing the material. So sterilization is specific to the specific type of material. And some cases people also use gas sterilization by ethylene oxide. So these are different methods of sterilizing the media and how we can do the sterilization. I will discuss with you sterilization of the explant in one of the practical. Okay, how to disinfect the explant, that is another way, and other method of disinfecting. So that is all for today. I've covered the media, its components, different components, and their how these we can use them to prepare the medium. And in the evening we will discuss how to prepare the medium, and many things will be repeated there. and you can take it as a platform to review the things. So any questions, students? Any questions? Hello? Hello, students.
Yes. Yes,
Beta,
sir.
any question? Yes?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.